Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a brand new video. This week on the Magic Roundabout we've got a Dinky Toys A.E.C Monarch fuel tanker. This one, some of you may have seen me do this on one of my monthly purchases. Brought this out and had a look at it. This one belongs to Gerald Cox, or did at one point. So as you're watching this go round, as usual, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. Thank you very much for coming on board, and welcome back to all my old faithfuls, old chums, pals. Thanks very much. Right, let's have a look at this one, see what we can do with this. Let's have a look then, we'll see what we got. A.E.C grill. This is pretty solid, nothing, there's no openings and nothing on here. Pretty straightforward. The only thing that's going to be a little bit difficult is masking, and that in that gap there. So I'm going to do the yellow first, because that's easy to mask off. And I'll get some masking down there, and down there. Otherwise, if I do the other way around, I've got to try and get in that little gap there. So that's what we're going to do. I'm debating, I think I'm going to leave this grid pattern on the top. I think I'm going to leave that bare metal, like the walkway, just to be a little bit different. There's no caps on here, so what else we got? Oh, we got some dodgy tires here. Look, these are 20mm treaded Super Toys. I think we can say goodbye to those. They've had it. These are at it. Yeah. I'll put that in some, maybe. Nah, it's gone. Sometimes I'll try and save them in case you get a vehicle with one tire missing. But these are just crumbling. Gerald, what you been doing, Gerald? These are just crumbling. So we'll bin them. So here we go. We've got four posts. 1, 2, 3, 4. The small posts. We'll get those out. There's a tab at the front there to lift out. That's not broken, which is good. That's it really. I haven't got any of these 20-mile-an-hour things. Right, I'll get his base off. We are going to preserve this base actually for Gerald. I don't know why. I just feel like I should preserve it really. But there you go. Anyway, let's get his base off. Base off. There we go. Yep. So we tip from this end, and then there's that there. You got to carefully pull that out. That's it, that's what you got. Okie doke. That's your base. What I'm going to try and do, I was going to see if this is waterproof. I mean, it must have been, it's been on there a while, so I don't know what it's been put on with, whether he's painted it on or not. But it seems like it's going to stay, so I might give it a light washing up, just to get rid of some of that surface rubbish. Anyway, that's by the by. Right, that's it basically. And there's your casting in the middle. There's your bits we've got to drill down. That's it. Job done. So this will go straight in the caustic. It's a fair old chunk of metal. That won't go in the caustic. That, I'm going to clean that up. I'm not sure what to do with the hubs, whether to take them off, because I'm not going to dip this. Or I might... yeah, I'm not sure. I'll think about that. What we're going to do with them hubs. Because I'm not dipping this, so I might... They want cleaning. They want the paint taken off these and repainting. Right, okay, let's get this dipped anyway. That's it, out the caustic soda. I didn't leave this in too long, actually. The paint came off quite quickly, but on some of these older castings, you must be careful. You don't leave them in too long, because they'll on occasion I've had them eat through the surface and leave like a horrible effect on it. So just be careful of leaving them in too long. Some of these older ones. So I've got itch. Yeah, so that's pretty much all the paint on. I've drilled the holes ready for the new rivets. That wasn't a problem. I did eventually take the axles out. I just ground off there. It's only it's a standard procedure. You know that, you know the score, you guys. Come on. It just filed off there, and so they're all cleaned up. So really, there's not much I'm going to do with the base, as you know. I might just give it a wash over, because there's obviously been some gloss paint on there at some point, and it's rubbed all off. But poor old gel will stay on there. Okay, so now wire brush time. Okay, so let's get that bit of yellow, because that was quite difficult to get that yellow. I didn't want to leave it in too long, so I didn't want to ruin the casting. So it's coming out. It's a bit of rock in the hard place. I want to leave that bare metal if I can, but if it's gonna, if the yellow's gonna stain it and I can't get it out, then I'll just paint it silver. It'll take a while to get all that all for there. So that's what we're doing. We'll go along the edge here with this, getting all the bits and bobs. I'm hoping this comes out quite nice. It should be all right. Should be fine. I was looking on the Google images of these A.E.C monarchs. I could find a Dinky version of this, but I couldn't find a real one that looked like this. Similar, but not the same. So there we go. The front all cleaned up. Look. So that's it. You don't watch me do the rest of that. There was a front that was interesting. Look at that. That nice front on that. I'm going to continue working on this and the back, and then I'm going to hit it with some primer. Yeah. Primer finished. That came out all right. There you go. What I've done the I masked off that. I managed to get that clean, but I've masked that off. So now it's time for the yellow. It's going to basically spray a lot of yellow around there, but it's going to be tricky because you've got to get in these bits here. You know, we all know what yellow's like for trying to paint, but we're going to have a light coat on first and see how we go with that. Balance it there. Hang on a minute. This is how I do my wheels. Cocktail stick, bit of electrical tape there, and slide the wheel on a bit more on there, and you can hold it and do both sides, and then stick it in your polystyrene. Oop, crash, like that. Okay. There's the yellow part. Come out too bad actually. Not too bad. It's dry now. I mean, apart from the marks in the casting anyway. But yeah, that's okay. So I'm going to do. I did tape this up. I want to because I'm going to tape all this yellow up so I can paint it red. I want to take this off now. It's going to get retaped anyway, but I don't want to leave this on too long on here. So we'll pull this off and see how we got on. Okay. Yep. Let's have a look. Yeah. Scrape along there and get along here with the toothpick. Get that little bit off there. Yeah. Yeah, just scrape along that edge there, get a little bit off there. I think there might be a bit of a touch up just there where there's a chunk out the casting. Yeah, apart from that, that's all right. I prefer that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. It's a bit rough along the top edge, isn't it? Right. Job done. Now, your mask. This is heavy. When I had it in the, I like to have some support this end because it kept dropping down. I like to keep my, when I'm top coating, I like to keep them level. And it was dropping down like that, and I was like, oh, bloody hell. So I had to get some support. So, next job, masking this yellow up. Because that's red there. So we've got to come around there. So I'm getting out of shot. It's because it's on forceps. It's higher. Yeah, I've got a map. That's red. So I've got a mask round that bit and making, and this is yellow there. So I've got to be a bit smart with the masking on that one. So I'm leaving this overnight now. I'm not going to touch that now. So I'll go over here out the way and it'll stay. That's it. So we will resume tomorrow, some point tomorrow. Masking on. Tell you what, that weren't easy. I was going to show some of this on camera, but it was bloody tricky. Getting round, getting in and around here, getting the shape there, getting that bit down there, and it all in there. Sorry, all in there, and at the back here, behind here. Well, and being warm today, it's the glue keeps lifting and I'm masking. So that's why I didn't show you it. I'm sweating here myself because I've got the fire on as well for the heat. I know it sounds crazy. It's sunny outside, but my shed is in shade, and I'm certainly not spraying top coat outside with all the dust and people out with the lawnmowers and bird shit flying all over the place. No. So right, I'm going to spray this now, and we'll see how we get on. Paint's all drawn out, and the masking's off. I will be honest with you, I struggled. I had to do quite a bit of touching up on this with the masking. I wasn't happy with it. Well, I'll say I wasn't entirely happy with it. Round these little bits here, in them corners there, and there, I had a bit of touching up to do. Or yellow and red, you know. Oh, look, that top looks all right though. Now it's all bare metal. Yeah, so it's all dry. It's had time to dry overnight now. So we'll get some details on it. There's not a great deal of details on this thing, actually. So we'll do what we can anyway. And be careful. And it'll be on there. I'll tell you what. Let me... just a second, boys. Oh, bollocks. Excuse the French. I didn't mean that to happen. I'm going to put a glove on. Trouble is, I already had a glove on a minute ago, but I forgot my phone's fingerprint recognition. I had the glove on, and I couldn't get the bloody phone to go on because I got my glove on. So I thought, silly boy. Anyway, here we go. We're back on it. I've got a glove on now, that should help it. Right, so we're going to do the chrome surround on here, or the silver surround, whichever you call it. Let's see how we get on with this. Hopefully my hand's nice and steady this morning. So we're going to give it some of that. So I've not had any coffee, so we should be okay. I mean, seriously, if you have coffee when you're doing something like this, you always end up shaking. It's the caffeine. Yeah, so I'm going to put a black radiator in this, so I'm not too bothered about going over the edge in the middle. It's just down this edge, down the front here, you want to be more careful. Bring that to some sort of a point. Like so. I'll probably have to give that 2 coats because it's on a gloss surface, so it's gonna notice more on it. Excuse me. I'll pop it down there. A.E.C. Monarch. I think these were the cabs on these, same as the Matador. They were wood based. Then they had the metal put on the outside, if I remember correctly. Somebody, I'm sure, will correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Predominantly made of wood. The cab was, anyway, obviously. We're just going to get in there nicely. Nice and steady. Nice and steady. Tell you what I'm finding now, because the summer's here, I'm doing something like this. I've got my shed door open, and the little bloody midges and little things that you can't hardly see, they really land on you, getting your flipping ear rolls up your nose. Right, as you can see, because you can see some of the red coming through there, I'm only putting a thin coat on. So I don't mind going over the edge on this because it's going to be black. So I'm not bothered about that. I find it makes it easier to do it this way around. Personally, what we got? 6 minutes already. Don't take long. I tell you, time flies when you're doing something like this. Get in there, so I can get in the inside of the chrome strip, you see. In there. Right, I'm going to carry on with these details. There's not many. I've just got to do the rest of this radiator, do coats, and then the lights there. Don't think there's much else. Okay, the door handles and that bit stripped down there. Okay. Details done. front end, done the chrome strips, done some details at the back there, done all the pipes, outlets along there. I'll put one decal on that side, so we're now going to put the other one on this side. I shan't be using the micro set and micro sole on this because it's not full of, it's a flat surface. So let's see if we can get this on here, shall we, without too much aggro. On its side, yeah, I'll put the other side on because I didn't want to oops, just slipped there. So I'll get this in the middle. That's a bit, it's got a crease there. Just hold that end and pull that out a little bit. It should be okay. Get me cotton bud. These decals are very thin, so I have to be very careful that I don't rip them. I've got a bit of a crease there. I'm trying to get that out. So quite know what's, oh no, you're joking me. Wow, there's a tear in that. Oh shit. You've seen it here now. I said they were very thin, didn't I? Very carefully. So it just goes to show, it doesn't always go the way you want it to go. Hopefully that will straighten out. It's a bit of a disappointment. But this is so long. See, look, it's so long and so thin, this. There's not a lot I can do with that. That's a bloody shame, that. So we'll just have to try and dab it and get rid of that bit. Right, okay. Yeah, you can see that mark there in between the two. But yeah, so we've got both sides on now. Shell chemicals. There you go. Right, just got want the back to put on. We'll just wang this one on somewhere. On here. Get it on there somewhere. If I line that up there, it's about right, isn't it? go. That's it, finished. So, not very successful, unfortunately, but that's the way it goes, and sometimes you can't get it right every time. So, unfortunately, it's not too bad. I think it'll dry out anyway. Hopefully you won't notice it so much. It's just a pain in the right light. Okay, next up, I'll let these decals go off a little bit, and then I'm going to put the base on. Okay, base is here. Alright. Okay, assembly time. This should be fairly straightforward. There we go. Flip it on its back. What we got here? Let's have a look. Yeah. See old Gerald's name still on there? Mr. Corks. This one you have to sort of go that's quite way forward to hook it into there, and then get, I think you got it. Yeah. Sure where holes are lining up somewhere along the line. There you go. So let's put some rivets in then, shall we? One in there. One in there. One in there. Don't worry if you can hear any talking in the background. It's my missus got a neighbour over having a cup of coffee on the patio. So get down. And there's other people's out there streaming, and that's trouble when you got a door open in your shed. You know, everybody's out there doing their business. So we'll just get this other one in there then. This one's a bit tight, this one. I'll tell you what, I'll put it in another one. I'll have to look at that in a minute. That's just a little bit off centre, that hole. Oh dear. We're not doing so well on this one, actually. It's not going so well on this one. For a simple casting, it's giving me a bit of grief. So that's that in, that's down, that's down. Get this one in here. This one. Right, I'm just going to fill about that hole in there, and I'll get this rivet in, and we'll see it on the magic roundabout. This is what we started with. Dinky Toys A.E.C Monarch. Scratched up, play worn, and melted tyres. And now look what we ended up with. Here we go then. Dinky Toys A.E.C Monarch Shell Tanker. There you go. This, for a simple casting, caused me a few problems, this one, with the masking. And then that decal being very, very thin and very, very long was a problem. Maybe if I do another one, I'll cut that in half, actually, and put it in 2 halves Might be a lot easier. Detailed front radiator, headlights, new tyres, and a bit extra detailing. And I've done the done that, so that looks quite nice. In the nice red, and yes, AA yellow and the Fiat orange red. That's the paint I use, the Fiat orange red for the bottom and the AA yellow for the top. And if you have a look, I've got the old bare metal top on it. Look, there. I just think that makes it look a bit better. Got a nice little shine going on there. Look, but there you go. Okay, so onwards and upwards to the next one. Thanks for watching, and wish everybody well, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Do 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 do. Boom bum 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 bum. There we go.